Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. As you can see, it's just me here today. Today's video is going to be very personal and maybe for some people emotionally difficult to digest. So this video isn't about me complaining, but it's about me realizing how hard it's been for me for the last few months. You probably noticed that we haven't been posting as often as we used to. That's because, well, we've been very busy. We have a lot of babies now, and it's been really hard on our relationship. As much as I hate saying and realizing it, but I see that there is mental abuse in our family, and that's something that I don't want to continue doing and having in my life and having my baby see it. Mental abuse can be defined as mistreatment, physical aggression, manipulation, controlling, not supporting your partner, and also not having any concern of your partner's emotional well-being. Emotional abuse is something that's even worse than physical pain. I'm not saying that physical pain is nothing compared to that, but there are certain lines that people in a relationship should not cross. And in our relationship, we've come to an unacceptable level of treating each other. When we were getting married 3 years ago, the first thing I said was that if you hit me once, that will be it. Around a month ago, it actually happened and things got ugly. I had to call the police, we had to go to court. It's really hard to say. Like, if you're our friend, you probably have no idea that's what's been happening to us, because other people's marriage is a closed door and you can't really see emotional suffer on the surface just because people know how to pretend. It seemed like everything was getting better and we made up and we promised each other that that will never happen again. It's not happening again. We're not fighting like physically, but our relationship has come to the level where I don't feel loved, I feel mistreated, and I feel taken for granted. Because of that, most of the time, like most of my day, unless I'm with babies and they actually make me happy, but when I'm on my own, I feel down. If you guys don't know, I just had twin babies, twin baby girls, and I have a girl toddler. She is 16 months old. And I also have my sister here helping me, but she is the only family that I have here. And lately I've been under so much stress, so much pressure, that I find myself having shaky hands sometimes when I make milk for my babies. All the attitude that I get from my husband lately makes me have a negative outlook on life. You might be thinking that I'm having a postpartum depression or baby blues, but I'm pretty sure that's not it. Even though my husband says, "Oh, you're just exaggerating, you're just taking it too serious, you're just being too sensitive." I feel exhausted by the relationship, and I do want to walk away, but hearing things like, "You can't provide for your babies, everything you have right now is because of me, everything you accomplished was so easy and I do the hard part." Sometimes I find myself acting the way I normally would never act. I did have to deal with people who like to yell in your face before, but I never yelled back at them. because I just felt like it wasn't necessary. Like I could have figured it out a different way. But when a person walks so up close to you and screams at the top of his lungs into your face, there was just one time when I lost it and I couldn't hold it anymore. And I don't want to become an abuser. I don't want my kids to see abusive relationship or abusive parents. I'm just so tired and exhausted by all that. You know what's funny? When I came to America, I didn't even know word abuse. But here, you hear it from every single corner. And even my husband was telling me, oh, you want to go shower and not watch babies? You abuse them. Oh, you're warming up old chicken and it's for baby? You abuse her. There's just so many little things where I get micromanaged by him. Even though I raised my 2 sisters, I raised my toddler and she's alive and she's healthy and she's awesome and perfect. But I still get micromanaged by my husband like he knows better than I. People in a relationship aren't a whole. It's not just one thing with 2 halves. People in a relationship are 2 their own humans that choose to be together because they have same goals, same ideas, same thinking. But in our relationship, I feel like my boundaries are always violated. I feel like I can't have 5 seconds for my own. And yes, I am a mother, and yes, I have to take care of my babies. But sometimes when I just want to spend 5 minutes in a bathroom and I lock the bathroom door, it has come to when my husband would take a butter knife and just unlock the door. It didn't happen just once. It happened multiple times. And then he promises that he'll never do it again, but then it happens all over. I feel like I have developed some kind of fear where I'm scared to tell my opinion. I'm scared to disagree with him because I know it will get him angry and aggressive. And lately he's been getting so aggressive so easily. It scares our babies, it scares my baby sister, and it scares me myself. There were also situations where my husband, my spouse, a person who was once near to my heart, was trying to isolate me. He'd smashed my phone multiple times. I literally had like 3 same phones just because he was losing control of his emotions. And he'd take my car keys, the house key, just so that I couldn't go anywhere, or in case I do go somewhere, I get locked out. Or even last night, I went out with my girlfriend for a dinner and I come home and I have nowhere to park. The driveway was blocked. Things like that makes me feel like I'm walking on eggshells. They make me feel self-insecure. Me being treated like that for so long, it almost makes me feel like I deserve it. I feel dependent. I feel like I always have to run by him if it's okay for me to go somewhere or if it's okay for me to meet with somebody. He, on the other hand, can make plans just half hour before it happens. He just doesn't count my opinion in. There has been no open communication in our relationship for, I'd say, over a year. Because if I say something he doesn't like, he just flips out at me, has a meltdown, and leaves. Sometimes I have a feeling like he wants to start a fight over nothing, over some stupid thing, just so that he can leave and go out to a bar or I don't know. There was this one time when I wanted to delete our YouTube channel, even though it's growing awesomely. And thank you so much, guys, for liking and subscribing and watching our videos. But when I was going to delete the channel, my explanation was that the channel is fake, because this is not the life we're actually living. Yes, you see furniture, you see babies, and it is the life we have, but you don't really see our relationship, our treatment to each other. There is a lot of blame in our relationship, and sometimes it is two-sided. I do say that he's not helpful, that I want more help with babies, because lately it's came down to him just feeding the babies once, and then he talks about it for weeks like he's a hero. I just had to feed twinnies really quick, and then Romy started fussing because she's teething. I was talking how we have a lot of blame in our relationship. Like sometimes I blame him for not helping enough, and that I want more help with the twins, or if I am with the twins, that I want him to help with Romy. And yes, I do have my sister here to help, but she's a teenager, so I feel like she should have her own time and her own life too. When I talk about blame, it comes to the most ridiculous things, like, it's your fault I'm so fat. It's your fault I can't be productive. It's your fault I don't make any deals. It's your fault I'm so lazy. Most of the time, he loves to remind me how bad of a mother I am. If a baby threw up and had a big vomit, he says, you gave them bad milk. Or Romy one time started coughing and she threw up a little, even though she's a toddler and she doesn't normally throw up ever, but he was pointing it at me. What did you give her? What did she eat? Did you give her something bad? And stuff like that. To me, it's so ridiculous, because why would I ever give something bad to my babies? Of course, I try everything myself before I give it to them. There is a term that I just learned. It's called gaslighting. And I feel like that's what my husband always does to me, because it happens when you say one thing, but you say it rudely, not nice, and then you try to rephrase it. And it happens every single day, every time he says mean things to me. He's being rude, and then he says, oh, sorry it came out that way, I meant, and totally rephrases it in a nice way, but my feelings are hurt by that time. And he loved to say, that never happened, or you remember it wrong, or I've never said that, or oh, if I did say that, it must have came out the wrong way. And it makes me doubt myself. It makes me doubt my feelings, because I can't just flip a switch. If I got mad or I got upset over something he said, I can't just say, oh, he just meant it a different way, and feel normal again. And for some reason, he just feels free to treat me like I'm not his closest person, like I'm not his wife, but like I'm his enemy. When he does that, he can literally just go outside and be the nicest person to our neighbors, which hurts me, of course, because it makes me wonder why my husband is being nice to some people he doesn't even know, but not to me. In our relationship, everything is conditional, because if I ask him to change a diaper, he says, yes, can you give me a diaper? Or can you wash her dupa while I change her diaper? Or if I ask to feed the twins, he asks, can you make milk then? If you make milk, then I'll feed them. It's really hard for me to understand why, if I'm asking for help and I'm doing something else, why do I have to stop what I'm doing and help him do whatever I ask him to do? So that was pretty much it, and I just wanted to keep you guys updated on what's actually happening in our lives. I don't know what I'm going to do about it, and I don't see my spouse trying to help me fix this relationship. So whatever happens, just make sure to subscribe to my channel and I'm sure there will be some changes to this channel. I'll just try to stay strong. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was very personal and it was very hard for me to put all my thoughts together. Bye.